How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Gladiator, the good, the bad, the ugly, because there's been a lot of controversy about this champion over the last last 24 hours since he's been released. Not even 24 hours since he's been officially released into the game through pre-release bundles. I got lucky and was able to grab him from the Black ISO Market Store Crystal for 300 units, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people either say this champion is just awful, trash, terrible, and one, I just want to say that's not true, but I did want to break it down more effectively to try to give people an honest review of the champion. And we'll start with the good first. The good: super quick access to unblockable and stun, really easy. If you have a stun immunity node, he's gonna go crazy on that with his heavies. Access to cold snap, so that prevents on his special one to help prevent evades. You do have to wait till the special one, but it's there. It's nice. Then he has incinerate for incinerate immune nodes. So that's something to keep in mind. Besides that, he has the vigilance that he can get, which will prevent miss and do. I believe it does like true damage, right? No, this one's just the miss. The one that does the true damage, I think, is on his Awakened ability. I think so. He does have immunities to Power Drain and Power Burn, so that's good as well for some nodes. Here it is. True damage is on the Awakened ability. So let's get to the bad. He doesn't really have... I mean, it doesn't feel like he's doing a crazy amount of damage when I'm in the rotation. Once you have it all clicking, it still feels kind of mid. And here's the problem. Let's just get to the ugly real quick. I think the biggest problem with this champion is his main damage source that you're supposed to be relying on, his gimmick, I guess you could say, is the once you build your ultra confidence to 24, you can start punishing opponents' specials by hitting into them while they're during the special. As you saw, like on the deep dive, if you missed it, Cole Obsidian sits there, he roars, you go hit him into his special attack a couple times, deal like a decent amount of damage, and dash out to avoid his hits. Problem with that is you quickly realize that there are not a lot of champions you can do that with. I don't think the game was clearly made for dashing into opponent specials and then dashing out. Like, there's not a lot of champions you can do that with. Obviously, with Cole Obsidian, who stands there and screams in your face for 20 minutes before he throws his attack, you can do that. But there's a lot of champions who just instantly hit you, and they're all the good champions. And it's just like there's no time to go in there. And even if you did, you're just going to get clipped by the special attack. You do that, you lose some of your confidence charges, then you got to build them back up again. It's not really fun. That's not really fun. So that's the big problem is that. The second problem I noticed is that's pretty ugly is his immunities are just Power Drain and Power Burn. He's not immune to anything else, which is really strange because usually with a champion like this, I'll reference Hyperion and Hercules. I think Hercules is, or actually let me double check before I say that and sound stupid. But usually these cosmic champions are immune to something like poison. He takes less damage from poison. That's what it is. But yeah, I think Hulkling is Gallon immune to some stuff? Let's see. Poisons and shocks, yeah. So a lot of these champions are like immune to Hyperion, that's what I meant to say, not Gallon. Are immune to poisons and that kind of stuff. What I want to do is compare him to a champion like Gallon, who's really solid, right? Everyone agrees Gallon is good, solid. The amount of effort you need to deal damage with Gladiator compared to someone like Gallon is you can't even compare it. Gallon, you medium, light, medium, or medium, medium, like maybe 4 or 5 times, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but maybe 3 or 4 times. Just get to the special one, heavy special one. It's unblockable. They can't avoid it. Maybe they dodge it, but they can't avoid it because it's unblockable. Can't block it. Boom, burst damage, and their health disappears. And He's also immune to Fate Seals and Nullifies. He's immune to Power Drain, Power Burn, Power Lock, Special Lock. So I don't know. You just compare him to champions. He's not the worst Cosmic champion ever. He's not trash. All right, he's not terrible. It's just you compare it to other champions, and just like it's mid. It's mid. It's mid, and I know, you know, compared to the last two Summoner Choice champions, Hercules and Quicksilver, he doesn't feel like he's in their league right now. That being said, how do we fix this champion? Fix this champion if they want to buff him or anything. Personally, give him an immunity. I'm not sure why he's not immune to like at least poison. I don't know, because. Okay, there's another thing before we start. He's not very good with recoil masteries, suicide masteries. You know, I don't use them too often, but even I know that because he's not immune to to poison or bleed. So, and he doesn't have any way to reduce those effects. Yeah, there's no way to reduce those effects. So recoil, you probably don't want to use, or not recoil, but suicide masteries. That whole setup, you probably don't want to use it because he's going to be taking damage for both. So how do we fix him? Sorry, give him an immunity like poison. I don't know. Have they ever done that where they buffed a champion, just like gave him like an immunity through the what is it? The testing period. Have they given immunity after a testing period before? I don't think so, but I think they should. Up that damage, man. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It doesn't need to be crazy amount, but can we get him some higher attack, please? And then the now, you know, mine's not awakened. You have this cowardice limit and stuff. Someone brought up a good point that when he's unawakened with the cowardice limit, you can only really do that special, you know, punish the specials with that burst damage. You can only really do that when he's at 24. And if you get hit once or anything like that, you'll lose the confidence. The confidence will drop, and then you can't do the damage anymore, so you have to ramp back up. I don't know how to make that easier. With how it's set up right now, I didn't really think about it too much. I think it's quite easy to ramp up, but again, the payoff is not really there. So another thing that was kind of strange before I wrap up the video was like when he's a defender, he gains 1 confidence buff every 2 seconds, but when he's on offense, he doesn't. That's just really weird to me. That's just a big, I don't know, what's the difference? Why is he not always, I don't know. And before I go, someone actually brought up a good point in one of my comments of my opening video. Battlegrounds. I'm sorry, I never touched on that. Could he be a good Battlegrounds champion? That's going to really depend on the node. I'm thinking with his unblockable and his ability to stun and make them block, have them block for the most part until you get to like a special, until they get to their special 2. It's gonna be pretty decent. But with the health pools and how much damage he has, it might not be enough to be a successful Battlegrounds attacker. And then for defense, no, he's not a defender at all, actually. I fought him with almost every Mystic champion in the game, and he has almost no defensive ability, and his specials are really easy to dodge. So I thought I would throw that in there before the end. So yeah, Battlegrounds is also kind of mid. Yeah. To summarize, he's an okay champion. He is not at the level of ability that you would like to see from a summoner choice. You know, the standards were pretty high. You have Quicksilver and Hercules, and I think they were so scared of making another Hercules that they this one kind of didn't do too well. So hopefully, you know, he can get tuned up. That's the one of the positives about this, you know, waiting period. You know, the negative is champions can get nerfed, and then the positive is champions can get tuned up, and I think he can get tuned up. I think it'd be an all right champion, but right now he's just kind of okay. You know, he's in the middle of the pack. He does some really good stuff. Then has some stuff that's that sounds really good and just not really practical. So yeah, I just thought, you know, as someone who pulled him on day 1, and I've used him around, I'm having a lot of fun with him. But you know, it's probably just a new champion vibe But you know, he's not trash though. If you think this champion's trash, let me introduce you to someone called Groot. That's a trash champion, or Spider Symbiote Spider-Man. That's a trash champion. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, I want to make this video before I go on a little vacation this weekend. So, anyways, that was it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, y'all take care.